What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Live from Redhook here at the Function House. Tonight, we'd like to welcome a very special DJ, PS1.
How are you?
What's up, man?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Good. We are live.
What's up, sir? Live in action.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
We're good. We're good. We're happy to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You excited to be here?
I'm excited.
First time in Redhook?
First time here.
Yeah.
First time here in Redhook. Yeah.
What do you think?
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
You like the Function House?
I love this place.
Yeah.
Nice little setup. Beautiful.
Excited to play?
I'm excited to do an hour set.
Yeah.
What are you gonna play?
I don't know. If we do something different.
Yeah.
Maybe just straight house.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna do
Do
house?
a straight house set.
All right.
That's
All
what I'm
right.
feeling.
That's
I
good.
think that's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
It's like I never play it, so I just want to play it.
Well, that's
I'm in the club every like 5 nights a week, and I'm playing straight 60 BPMs.
Right.
All hip hop. It's just so.
The whole night.
I need refresh.
You're not in love.
Yeah.
You don't go
No,
anymore?
not in love. Not at all.
So, so obviously you've seen the show.
Yeah.
Every week we go through the same spiel. So we're curious to always find out about DJs and how they started and that whole game. So we want to hear your story.
My story is my brother was a house producer in the 90s.
Okay.
And he would always have turntables there, so I would just sit there and play with his records. And then he built a studio in his bedroom, and I would just sit there and look at his things, click on the computer. This is before, like, he was using Cubase at the time.
Okay.
Cubase, and there was like a PC. He went out one day, he just blew like 25,000 on everything.
Jeez.
And I was just like sitting there, I'm like, wow, this is cool, right? He had a big mixing board. I was like, wow, this is professional shit here. So I would sit there and just watch him do that, and I was like, you know what, I want to learn how to DJ. So I just took 2 of the same records, just started mixing them. And then he told me just get one faster, one slower, try to find the pitch and everything like that. And my first record I mixed was an Eric Merlo record.
Really?
Yes, that was the first record.
So what year was this?
This was like 13 years ago, so 98? 98?
Math is hard.
13 years ago?
Yeah, 13
So we're
years.
2016, 2003?
Yeah.
A little
Right?
before
I think
that.
that's
I would
good.
say a little
Calculator up there.
It was like my sophomore year in high school, I believe. So like probably 2000.
So did your brother produce any?
Yeah, he did.
Big
On
tracks.
Groovelicious, he had a lot.
Yeah?
He was what was he? He was signed to Groovelicious at the time in Strictly Rhythm.
What
Really?
was his name again?
Aldo Del Rey.
Was that his producer name too?
That was producer. Yeah, it was fun.
All right.
Yeah, it was good.
It was
So it's-
pre Lana Del Rey.
But yeah, that was before that. Yeah, it was fat.
So it's in the blood, I guess.
It was in the blood. Yeah. Now he doesn't do it anymore. He has kids and stuff. But like,
Yep.
I kept it going.
So you got the bug from him.
I got the bug from him.
So you were screwing around while he was doing it.
Yeah.
When did it start to become like more serious for you?
More serious, me? I was just doing like little teen parties with my friends. Go out and DJ for like an hour for free. And I would sell tickets to go to the club. So we were like underage. We would go to Arena in Westchester.
Okay.
I remember that
And,
place.
yeah, remember that place?
Yeah.
I used to be in the parking lot, sell tickets, just so I could get like a 10-minute set. Yeah, and Serge was a DJ at the time. DJ
Yeah,
Serge was a
Yeah,
DJ.
Serge, okay.
And I used to have to carry his crates in, so I was underage, so that's where I would get in. So funny.
That's great.
Good time.
So when you were doing it back then, were you serious about it, or was it just more about?
No, it was just more about being out, having fun, and then it became a real job all of a sudden. I was like, wow. It's crazy.
So how did it become a real job?
One gig was another gig, and then it became 3 days, and I was like, oh wow, I'm making good money. I was like, let me just do this.
So okay,
That's how it
wait,
happened.
now what year is this now?
This was, I would say,
And like where were you working? Because we like the history.
like the
Yes,
history
yes,
at
yes.
first was Central.
Yeah.
In Astoria.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I used to do that Wednesday
Yeah,
nights.
shout out to Jack.
Yeah, just Jack. Wednesday nights you do it for $200 all night.
Getting paid.
From like 9 to like 3.
Balling.
Yeah.
Just balling out
Yeah.
of control.
$200 on a Wednesday.
$200
That
on
must
a
have been
Wednesday.
like big.
I was like, how old was I? I was probably like 20, maybe 19, 19
Free
20.
drinks?
Free drinks.
Sure.
Yeah, I was at that.
Okay.
And then
What
after
else?
that, I did Bridgeview Yacht Club every Saturday.
Okay.
Remember Bridgeview?
Breeze?
Ruby?
Yeah.
Breeze.
You must have been pumped for that place, because
Yeah.
that place was pumping on
I
Saturdays.
used to do the hip hop room in the back.
was
And
like
the
you
main room was like Johnny Vicious and like Murillo was in there.
Yeah, they had
like-
big names back
Yeah.
then.
That was like
back
under
then.
the tent, right?
Yeah, remember the tent? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
The
yeah.
white tent.
That place
Yeah,
was
yeah.
fun, man. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a banging party.
It was a good party, actually.
The hip hop room was like in
It
like
was in the
house.
kitchen.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
in the kitchen. I had to walk through the kitchen, get in the DJ booth, and I had one turntable, and I was like, what am I doing? It's crazy.
And were you playing vinyl back
I
then?
had vinyl back then, too.
So how many crates did you used to bring with you?
I had 4 crates.
Yeah.
And it was BPM organized like from 80 to 100.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know about BPMs back then.
You didn't know that?
You know, I never beat.
Well, the reason why I did it because I had, remember the effect box, the Pioneer box?
Yes.
Oh,
the
yeah,
effect
yeah,
box.
yeah.
Effects, I used to tap it, and that's how I just write it down. Every record I bought, I just tapped it. And
I didn't know about BPMs till like Serato came out. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, you know, like I never like. I used to see DJs that used to BPM their records. They'd put like
the sticker on the top
On
corner.
the top,
yeah, top
they
corner.
put
And they
like
labeled it 1, 2, 3, 4. I know the fourth one was like 100 to like 140. You know.
I was just never into spending the time in doing that.
Yeah,
that was a
it
lot
does
of
take-
time.
it does take
you
a
know?
That was a lot of time actually.
But I mean,
I had free time.
Yeah,
I had free time.
Why not?
Like for me, I just knew like, all right, I know that these records, my reggae was in the back, my house was in the middle somewhere. Like you just knew where the records
That's
were.
how you knew because you organized it that way.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
You, same thing.
Everybody does it.
Everybody does it differently.
All right, so Bridgeview, you're rocking Saturday nights.
Bridgeview rocking Saturday nights, and then I became friends with these city promoters, Mike Zaman and Parry, and they were doing Bed on 27th Street.
Yes.
Okay.
It was Bed,
I remember
and he gave me like an open up for a DJ. I don't even know who it was at the time. And then the DJ, I don't know, got into a fight with one of them, and he put me in there, and that's how it just stemmed from there. And then I just got, and they just had every city club at that time, from like Thursday to Sunday, I would say. We do that. Then Susie Wong's was across the street, Pink Elephant, then Home.
That whole block.
That whole block was just crazy.
Yeah,
You could
yeah.
hit, 5, 6 clubs in one night. Stereo was around the block on 28th.
Yeah.
Marquee
Stereo.
was on the corner.
Then you
on
had Quo
27th.
and Retox on the other block.
Yep.
Yeah, that was like a good like 7 years where that
7 years.
area-
That one block was a
27th Street.
party. You just close it down. Everybody's in the middle of the street, drunk, stumbling
And
everywhere.
then what happened? Like it's just like every
I think
club
it was-
closed down.
Didn't that something happen at home?
Someone died, I think.
Yeah,
A
somebody-
Spirit. No, it was Spirit.
Somebody fell
Remember
down
Spirit?
an elevator shaft. Or
Yeah,
something like that.
it was Spirit.
Like that was that
Because
whole
I
block.
remember when that area was like, when they were like, all right, this is becoming the new club area, and then like all those clubs opened
Yeah,
up.
Kane was on that block too. Yep.
Crowbar was
King-
over there.
Crowbar was
Deer
right
Head,
there.
Whatever it is over the DJ booth.
I thought you said do my hair. I was
Yeah,
like this. I
yeah,
was like
yeah,
this.
fantastic.
So talk to us about the hair.
Yeah,
Oh, my hair?
You know, usually the DJs we have on the show have no hair.
No hair? So I'm the
Yeah.
only one with hair?
No. Well, Chachi's got hair.
I do have hair.
You do
Hold
have
on,
hair.
hold on.
Hold on,
Vitale and
hold
me
on.
have no hair.
You have no hair.
No, not,
Got nice
not-
facial hair.
Yeah, I got good facial hair.
Yeah,
I have to
got
have
the
some
salt and
hair.
pepper thing
I got
going
good
on.
hair in my
Yeah,
arms.
you got a little Clooney going. I like it.
I gotta do it, man. So tell us about the hair.
What about the hair?
Is that like the signature
I feel
hair?
like the hair became a thing.
I don't know. Everyone just liked my hair. I just always had a hairdo. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay.
I always had a haircut. I don't know. I always remember my hair? The
Yeah,
coif thing
you
I
had
had
the
going
coif
on?
back
I like
then.
a
Rick
coif.
Wonder has the Jolly Ranchers. You have the hair.
I have the hair. Yeah.
It's all right. Hey, everybody has.
Everybody has their own thing.
That's it.
Yeah.
What's your
yeah.
thing?
My beard.
Your beard?
Yeah,
Your beard?
my beard.
Yours?
That's it.
I don't know anymore.
I don't know anymore.
So, Scribbles had a little influence on you as well.
Yeah,
right?
I was like his road manager for like 2 years. I would just hold his bag, see what he did and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And we traveled everywhere. Literally, I did almost every 50 states.
Really?
I was maybe 40, 45.
So how old were you at the time when you were doing that?
I was 19, 20, I would say. 19, 20. I'm surprised my mom even let me go.
Yeah. Wow.
So you must have been like ecstatic.
Yeah.
Here you are
What do mean?
traveling with
I seen some
Scribbles.
stuff, man. But like, but I was ecstatic. I didn't know. My first anxiety attack was with him. I didn't realize what it was. I was like, what the fuck? My heart was beating. My
Holy
heart was
shit.
beating. Yeah, it was
Wait,
crazy.
what?
I had my first anxiety attack on the road. I think when we were on a plane, it was like turbulence. I was like, oh no. I swear to
Oh my
God.
God.
I got off the plane and called my mom. I was like, Mom, my heart's beating. She's like, relax.
Crazy. Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, everything's gonna be fine.
That's fine.
So 19 years old, that must have been like super surreal for you.
Yeah, everything's new to me. Everything was new to me.
But a good learning experience.
Good learn. That's
right?
where I learned. Yeah, that one. I think differently now when I see that. Now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So did you learn anything about, say, musically traveling with Scribbles in terms of how rooms were played, anything
Yeah,
like that?
different genre of music in different states for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like back then when you would go down to like.
And we had crates then too that time.
Well, there was that
And
too.
we
yeah.
used to go on the airplane and pay extra.
That's
Carry them.
tough.
That was crazy. I remember
Yeah.
that. I was ripped back then.
Yeah. So when did it start clicking for you in terms of like music selection and knowing how to program for a room and playing
Just
for
reading
a
the
crowd?
crowd.
You know, like when did that? Because sometimes it's different for a lot of DJs. Some it clicks right away. I mean, obviously you're always learning, right? But
Always.
you know.
Always learning,
But
but-
sometimes people, it takes a very long time before they actually understand it. Like when did you feel like you kind of knew?
At that time, it was like different, right? It was all mashups back then we were doing it, right? So
Pretty much.
Now it's just like straight. You just gotta play the hits and rock a party. That's it. You know?
Yeah.
Back then, you had more leeway to do other stuff. Like you could do a rock set. House was coming in at the time. EDM. You know?
Yeah, like World Hold On. Stuff
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
Right.
And it was like hip hop too, I would say. But
And you were probably able to play more time of the record, right? I mean, do you find you
you had
playing
more records to play.
Yeah.
You had more records to play. Now you just minimal, just all Drake now. You know.
Right. So,
And then you-
do you find that do you find that frustrating that your music
Frustrating. Don't get me wrong. I like listening to
selection-
it, but there's so many times you could hear the same records. You know. But
So when you travel,
I have more fun on the road than in New
Yeah?
York. Yeah.
you have more open-minded crowds that you play
Yeah,
from.
you could play.
What are some of the places you've played at on the road that you enjoy?
Enjoy. Actually, Reno.
Oh yeah.
Reno. That place is fun.
And where's that?
It's
What, Reno, Nevada?
Reno,
Yeah,
Nevada.
Reno, I thought it was the name
Reno,
of a club.
Nevada.
So-
No, Reno, Nevada. It's at it's called Lex Nightclub, and I was there recently actually, and the crowd is just like you play anything, they just react anything. It was a good, fun, big room, fun place, for sure.
How about production?
Production, I haven't been producing it that much lately.
Right.
Things are changing. I don't know, but I like to get back into it soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then residencies. You play a lot of places, right?
Yeah, residencies all over New York, obviously, like Marquee, Lavo, Avenue, Tao, then Atlantic City, Premier Nightclub,
Right.
Miami, Wall, what else? Chicago, pretty much now Nevada,
Nevada.
Nevada.
So you play a lot of the gambling cities.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
you like to gamble?
No, I don't gamble. I learned my lesson
That's a
actually
good
when I
thing,
first
yeah, I was
started.
gonna say.
When I first started in Atlantic City, right, my paycheck went right back to the tables. So I would go home with no money. I was like, what do I do with the money? And I realized I have to stop, completely just stop cold turkey.
Yeah.
And if I do gamble now, I'll just take like $200 or something. And if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. You know,
Just a little
It's
limit.
so
just a little
it's
limit.
so hard.
It's
though.
hard. It's like tempting.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
so hard.
Well, I can
Especially when you have a couple of
double
drinks in
money,
you, it's like,
yeah.
oh, so let's put 100 down real quick. And before you know it, that 100
like,
turns into 1,000, and then you're like, okay.
You got
It's
it.
like, yeah, I'm DJing for free this week.
It was bad. For like a good month straight, I was like, what? What? Yeah.
So, all right, cool. So, you're also signed to Scam.
Scam, yeah.
When did you sign with them?
I signed with them a year ago, actually.
Okay.
Last March. It was last March. Yeah.
And prior to being with Scam, who were you signed with?
I was with Mood Swing before that. Mood Swing 360.
Okay.
And then they were falling out a little bit, so I was just like in limbo, like I didn't know where I was, you know.
Yep.
Then I just did my own thing, called my own contacts, did my own thing, and then Scam just came out of nowhere, really. They called me up, they said, you want to do it? I just thought about it, I was like, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And has that been better for you being with an agency like Scam?
Yeah, no, yeah, it definitely is, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
That's cool. All
I
right.
think so. Yeah. I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait, yeah.
Like, how many gigs did I have this month?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think, and I was like, wait, no.
So, how often are you playing over like a weekend's time?
3-4 nights a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday.
That's
Do
good.
that. Yeah.
So, what goes into your preparation for these sets?
Preparation to sets, download new music.
Where are you usually getting your music?
Internet, go to DJ City or something,
Right.
you know, or any record pool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And you're playing mostly open format, hip hop.
Whatever the room wants, actually. Read the room.
Yeah.
You know, mostly hip hop though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's your true passion in terms of music? What
True
music-
passion?
Yeah, like which music do you like truly love?
Just straight house music, just straight house.
Like what type?
Like, just house.
Give me like a DJ,
Like a Murillo type, Eric
Okay.
Murillo type, like I
type,
said before,
yeah.
yeah. Like a Murillo type, or even like, I was just in Greece and I heard Mark Knight for the first time on the beach. The guy was amazing. Amazing. The sun was like setting, the vibe was just right. He was just playing the right songs at the right time. It was crazy.
Yeah, he's a
That was
very
good.
good DJ, Mark Knight.
Very good.
Yeah, he's a beast.
That was my first time hearing him live too, and I was like, whoa.
So, who are some of the DJs that you follow?
Did I follow? Chachi.
Hey.
All right. Shout out to Chachi.
I follow all my friends actually, all my DJ friends really.
Yeah.
As the big guys, maybe like Afrojack, see what they do, Murillo, Guetta.
Yeah.
Those are the big guys. Tiesto, see what they do, like in Vegas and stuff, and like the big festivals. Steve Angelo as well.
Yeah.
Love Steve. That's another DJ too.
Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah, he's very good.
Does that.
How about guys like Tenaglia and Sanchez and?
I try to follow them, but they really don't show much. They don't post anything really, like you know.
Yeah.
Which Sanchez? Roger?
Roger.
Or
Yeah,
Junior?
Roger.
Roger?
Roger does a little bit, but Danny Tenaglia, you don't hear much from him lately. He'll do like parties here and there, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's gigging like he used to.
No.
No. Yeah, he doesn't play as often.
Not at all. No, he does like classic parties, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see him playing a lot in, like he'll do Space Hippies in New York. I know he does Output from time to time.
He does one-offs here and there,
Yeah.
He's still good though.
Oh, yeah.
Tenaglia, yeah.
So what do you envision for your DJ career? Where would you like to see yourself in the DJ game, say 5 years from now?
Hope I'm still working.
Now,
That's
why
it.
do you say it like
I'm
that?
still working. Things change, man. Younger kids are coming up,
Do you find like it's overly competitive?
No, because we're good right now, but I could see in 5 years, like maybe the other kids are gonna come up and we're getting older and we might get pushed out or something. I don't know.
I mean, technology,
Yeah,
like music tastes, like.
People have their own style now, so like.
So do you think it's harder as you get older to stay more relevant with your ear to the ground? Like, is it harder to keep up to date with the music because you're not as young? Do you find that?
No, because I see these young kids who have the social media game is through the roof, and we're
Right.
not there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they could work through that.
We also have like real life problems.
Yeah.
We have things to worry about.
Sure, they're just sitting on their phone all day. Like
Yeah.
that's what they do.
But do you think their musical intellect
No.
is on the same level
No.
as, say, guys
No.
from, say, our generations or maybe a generation
Not at all.
after?
Not at all, unless they really like study, and maybe there's like a handful of them.
Yeah, there's a big gap
Yeah.
and stuff.
And is it because they're not being schooled right, or it's just that they're coming from a generation that they just don't know
I think they
any
just want to
better?
be a DJ. They don't know what to do. They're just becoming a DJ just to say they're a DJ.
Right.
They're not coming
It's cool
from.
to do.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to do now. They're not coming from a background unless you come from a background from music.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they would know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's hard. I think it's it's hard and it's easy for some, right? Because they might have a good social media game. But I guess as much as it's changed, it's some aspects are still the same. Like you still need to be with the right group of people or with the right promoters. Like who were some of the people that got behind you when you were, gigging, coming up in the game and getting spots, and there had to be people who took a liking to you.
Yeah, there was
to
just
style.
promoters like Shim and Gil, those guys. My friend Parry and Mike Zaman. Those are the two guys who really like set me off in the city world, like in
I
New
think
York.
it's Shim's birthday tonight.
Is he really?
Yeah,
That's
he's
funny I
having
said
it-
that.
he's having
I
it
haven't seen
up
that
and
guy
down.
forever. Actually. I haven't seen these guys forever. But now I work with obviously my management does everything for me now,
Right.
so I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But I still call them here and there
Yeah.
for anything,
So, Labor Day weekend, this is going to be a busy weekend for you. What are some of the gigs you're playing this weekend?
I'll be in Miami Friday. I'm in Staten Island on Saturday.
All right,
Tiki,
local.
local place.
So you're in the Tiki.
Tiki Day Party. I don't even know what it is. actually.
Yeah.
Doing that, and Avenue at Night, New York City.
Okay.
Doing that.
So you got a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, got 3 gigs. Yeah, 3. Yeah. Then AC on Monday too.
AC
on Labor
on Monday.
Day. On
So you
Labor Day.
play out in Premiere a lot.
Yeah, I'm there every Monday. I'm the resident there.
So what do you think of the new club?
It's beautiful. It's nice, big room.
Sound system good?
Sound system's crazy. For
Yeah.
sure. I have Function 1 at the Function House.
Yeah. No affiliation though.
What?
It's no affiliation.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No. How do you compare Premiere to Murmur?
It's 2 different clubs.
Which one do you like better?
I'm gonna say Premiere.
Safety first. Safety first. Job security.
Same Premiere.
Yeah.
I love Murmur actually because it had the low ceilings. It was like more intimate
Yep.
for sure. But Premiere is a beautiful club actually. Big room. You get away with stuff in there.
They
more.
spent a lot of money, right?
They spent a lot of money on that club. Yeah. Yeah, big money.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So house music tonight.
Like 30 minutes a house, and then I'll do like
Are you gonna play like older stuff, newer stuff, or
probably some newer stuff.
Yeah.
Some newer stuff, that I wanted to play that I can't play.
Well, I mean that's like like that's like the going thing here. Like it
Is it
just
really?
gives. Well, I mean a lot of DJs who come here,
They play totally
they
different
just
than they usually do,
play,
right?
like
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Clutch. Like Clutch went
Yeah, he
total
went-
opposite.
He went like off the reservation,
Yeah.
but he was like, I want to play these records and I
You
can't,
can't.
Yeah.
because we
pretty
have
much.
to now play like a lot of the hits, and it's like,
That's what it is now. Just hits.
So he was just, he was very creative musically and just like going off the radar.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it's
It's
good.
refreshing a little bit.
Yeah, and you have a lot of guys who are just doing that.
Yeah.
Like even MOS, he went all over the place. in
Well,
terms of-
MOS is just stuff. He's a musical genius. That guy.
He
actually.
is,
He knows
he is.
music. That guy.
He,
knows.
he was very prepared.
Yeah.
When he
for
came on
sure.
the show. I mean, like he's always prepared.
He's like
But-
always on point with his like old, like even this old style of music that he does, like the
Classics.
80s classics,
Yeah.
like 90s hip hop.
That's his
Like he just
stuff right
knew
there.
it.
Like he dropped mainline in his set,
And you would, everyone's just like,
which is
"What?"
like, which is.
Did he do that?
Yeah, it's good. It's nice when a DJ can reach that far back.
For sure. That's what I'm saying.
And
These
still
new kids
keep
don't
it-
know that now.
But it's funny because like a kid might hear a record that might be 20 years old and they'll be like, oh, what is that song? That
and they
song's
think
great.
it's new.
And they think it's
Yep.
new.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're like, yeah, that song's like 20.
Older than you.
Yeah, it is, But like, when you're a DJ, I mean, but it's always like, do you ever try to incorporate, even you, Joshi, I mean, do you guys ever try to incorporate some older tracks into your sets when you can? Like when you're playing for a crowd that you think that you might be able to just get away with it.
If it fits.
If
Yeah.
it fits in if it fits. Sometimes like they're starting to sample like the old records, so now you could probably play like the original and then go into the new one,
Right.
That's the only way you get away with it now.
But it's got to be like seamless. 'Cause
Yeah,
if
it's gotta
if
be
you
quick.
hang out,
It's gotta be fast too.
Too long in a record that the kids don't know
Yeah.
the vibe.
Yeah.
Then you gotta play Drake.
So what about like when you're playing for these young crowds, like playing like a Biggie set? Do they get that?
They get it late night because they're already drunk, so they don't realize what's playing.
Yeah.
Right, but it's a little.
And then when I
bit
do that, I get all the bouncers in the club and they start dancing. Sure.
But Biggie's a little over their head.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
96 you're talking about.
And what about like older Jay-Z stuff?
They just don't get it. They don't get it.
They don't know
Crazy.
it.
They don't.
They don't know it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They don't get it.
Nothing like Reasonable Doubt or anything like
No.
that.
No.
No way.
No.
Going back to like Brooklyn Finest or anything. Nothing.
It's too far.
So then
Yeah.
when you do get a chance, when you're playing for a crowd that's a little bit more educated, then that must feel like.
Oh, you get the chance to play
Fun,
something.
yeah.
Of course. Yeah,
It's
for
more
sure.
fun for us.
Yeah,
So
so
then-
you start thinking.
So then but obviously money's a big motivator, right? And the passion for music, but it's got to get hard though sometimes. It's got to get hard, I mean, I guess when you're rocking a party and the crowd's just going crazy, that's a good motivator. But sometimes, I mean, like, do you ever have times where you're just like, oh man, I got to play this shit again, and it's just like,
All the time.
All
the time.
Does it happen?
All the time, yeah.
Does it ever impact a night when you're playing, or
Listen, we're human, so if you do 4 nights straight, you're burnt out on that last night. You're just like, I just gotta get it over with and just let's do it,
It does happen.
It
yeah,
does happen,
yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
So do you think like sometimes playing, because some DJs play like 5-6 nights a week.
Yeah, they're
right?
burnt out after the third night. for
Although
sure.
like playing 5-6 nights a week also, makes you become like a super expert, right? 10,000 hours and like you're
literally, it's almost like you just do it with your eyes closed.
right. But I'm saying it gets you it gets you better.
Yeah.
In the sense
Oh,
that
yeah, for sure. It's like that's
you're
practice right
it's
there.
practice right there.
For sure.
But maybe as good as it may be, like where it makes you become more seamless in your mixing and become more tighter, and then you're just able to call records better because you're playing so often. Could it also be hurting in a sense?
100%. You fall
Yeah.
into patterns.
I fall into patterns, yeah, for sure.
Fall
And then you gotta
into
get
the
yourself
same
out of that
set.
pattern.
You fall into the same set.
For sure.
You fall, yeah. Well, I
bad.
think it's probably even. I guess when it was the record thing, not to say that it was more acceptable, but you were only limited to your records. With going out
Got a point on that,
with
for sure.
Serato,
You got more of an arsenal.
you have
Yeah.
every record that's
have
ever
every
out,
record,
you have,
exactly.
right? So there's almost like this expectation, but I think like sometimes it's hard because, you have your folders, and you have your music in there, and you've played a banging set, and everything's in BPM order, so it's so easy to call that track that you might have called. So it's almost harder to be different at times, right?
It's very hard.
So hard. Yeah, it is hard these days now. Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
So, and I guess it's harder if you're playing locally in a lot of these clubs where, you know, somebody's going to one place on a Tuesday night and then they're going to another place on a Thursday night and you're playing in the same place,
They might see you again.
you know?
They might see you again. Yeah, exactly. But most of the time they're not like that. They change. They change.
You know, because-
they rotate their people.
My game, I mean, look,
Yeah.
I play in the mobile world. I played in the clubs
Yeah.
years ago. So the mobile world's a little different in the sense that sometimes your sets are more the same, right?
Well, you do.
But you're playing for different crowds.
Different way, yeah, every time.
So,
So
like,
it's
if you
more
were to come to
acceptable for
3
you.
weddings
Yeah,
and I
and
did
yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you'd be like, fuck this
Yeah.
guy. But it's different because, you know, you can only play, but sometimes you play like, you could play so many different types of genres of music, which is pretty cool. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, we
But
can.
yeah, so I guess it's a challenge for you guys, right? To just, you know, try to be different. But I guess as you rotate new music in, you know, then you're like, all right, I could throw this into the set, I could throw that into the set, or maybe play a different mix of a song.
I was just gonna say that. Like, there's a million different remixes you could play of stuff. So like that kind of keeps your style fresh, or like, and that's where the record pools
Exactly.
come into play. Like you can download different versions of songs. Or
The only thing with that is like you only find like 5 remixes. And probably one of them is good.
Right.
You know,
Right. Now, what about mashups? Because like,
it's not mashups
They're
anymore.
gone.
They're gone.
no, I know, but some DJs are still playing.
I'll play like 1 or 2 maybe that I love like from a while ago.
right.
But other than
Favorites.
that,
But
So you're
it's like
playing
randomly I'll just pull it out.
So you're playing originals most of the time, or
I'll
maybe
do-
just doing
I'll
some
do
edits.
some
of
remixes. I'll throw some remixes of like current tracks,
Okay.
like different, yeah.
Okay.
or like they're making like older tracks into like twerk remixes or like trap remixes,
That's
stuff
working
like
now.
that.
It's moving more now. Has more
Okay.
of a beat.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the mashup craze is real. I mean, that's been gone for a while.
Even that word is like taboo.
It's not even. It's,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like bootleg now or something, right?
But even like,
We call
but, so
mashup
like,
pretty much,
so
yeah.
when you hear, say, a Jay-Z vocal over a different beat,
It's a blend.
It's a blend.
It's a blend now.
It's a blend. Now.
So it's not even
It
called.
used
a
to be
mashup.
called blends back then. I don't know where the mashup
Yeah.
came.
I think the mashup is different genres.
It was a blend. Even on the AV8 records, when you bought the record, it was said blend on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like when AV8 and those records were like the only game in town. When it came to,
That was your mashup. That was
know,
your
those
mashup. right
party
there.
breaks.
Yeah, those party
They
breaks.
were good though.
and they
Making
were
break
good.
apart.
Yeah. I
They
mean,
were good.
AV8 owned that game.
Remember?
You know, AV8 owned that game for a long time, and then like DJ City, like when you were able to like buy records online, and you know, like I used to buy stuff.
Brooklyn Clan came about.
Yeah, but I'm saying before the mashup, when it was MP3, when it was still vinyl, and you were able to like, you know, when the internet was around, then you were able to like buy shit from DJ City in California, and you were getting their records.
Getting
like
their
you know,
records.
it was kind of like getting some new shit, you know, than what you're getting here. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Well, look.
Crazy.
I think we're ready to get you on the turntables.
Let's do it. I'm
You ready
excited.
to do it?
Let's go.
All right, good.
Thank you.
PS1, thanks for coming down.
Anytime.
We're going to take a 2-minute break. We're going to get him on the turntables, and he's going to rock for us. Peace.
Later.